Every summer, when the days were long and the sun felt like honey on your skin, my grandfather would come home, carrying a watermelon. Not just any watermelon, a massive one, with dark green stripes, and a promise of sweetness inside. He'd tap it with his knuckles, knock, 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 and say, "You hear that? That's how you know it's ripe." It sings back to you. I never really heard the difference, but I believed him anyway. We'd carry it out to the backyard, usually barefoot, the grass still warm from the afternoon sun. I start my painting the same way, bare, simple, relaxed, a pencil sketch, a light wash of clean water over the fruit center. That's where the color will bloom best, just like those memories. I remember he'd set the watermelon down on the old wooden table, pull out the biggest knife in the kitchen, and slice it right down the middle. That first cut, always magic. The rind would split open with a soft crack, and there it was, that deep pink red, glistening in the light, like some kind of treasure. And now, I begin with the pink flesh of the melon. I mix permanent rose with a bit of alizarin, crimson diluted with plenty of water. That becomes the first juicy wash. I use permanent rose and a touch of cadmium red. Let the color bleed, let it move on its own. Don't control it too much, that's what makes it feel alive. He'd cut thick slices, no forks, no plates, just hands, juice, and laughter. We'd sit side by side, legs swinging, elbows sticky, spitting seeds into the garden like tiny rebels. And in that moment, the world felt so full, so good. As the pink layer dries, I deepen the base with a more concentrated pink and yellow, layering in shadows near the rind where the color always ran darker. Let that color deepen now. Dab in more pigment while it's still wet. Let it pool in the center. Messy is okay. Summer was always a little messy. Now I return to the top edge of the slice, the rind. First let just blend the bottom to make smoother. With the lighter green, I fill in the first layer of the rind. That outer skin that always felt cool in your hands, while it's still damp. I drop in the darker green in long wavy strokes, mimicking the stripes that wrapped around the fruit. I let them bleed together slightly, like memory and color. I remember the way his hands looked, big, weathered, stained from the garden, gently holding that giant fruit, like it was the last watermelon on earth. He'd hand me a slice, no plates, no napkins, just fruit, and the joy of eating it under the open sky. He never rushed. Everything he did had this quiet grace. Even slicing watermelon was an act of love. Right beneath the red flesh, I let that soft green blend just a bit. It's always the part that felt the crunchiest, like biting into a cold memory. Then I switched to a deeper mix, viridian or phthalo green with a touch of blue. I used the tip of my brush to paint it in long, slightly curved strokes, mimicking the patterns I remember tracing with my thumb. And this little detail, it makes the painting real. It's the memory of everything good, everything slow, everything real. That's the thing about art. It's not always about what you see, it's about what you carry, what you remember, what made you feel alive, even if just for a moment. Juice would run down my chin, my hands sticky, but no one minded. Even the bees joined us, buzzing lazily around the table. We'd wave them off with watermelon-stained fingers, laughing too hard to care. Now I step back from the slice and add a soft shadow under the rind, with a cool gray panes, gray and pink, just enough to anchor the slice to the table. I splatter a bit of diluted pink near the base, a playful mess, the kind you never clean up. I add the seeds next. I leave a tiny bit of white for the shine, that little glimmer you only see in sunlight. My grandfather told me if I swallowed one, a watermelon would grow in my stomach. I believed that too. I even skipped dinner once because I thought it was starting. It's funny how love hides in those little lies, the harmless ones, meant to make us smile. I sometimes flick the brush now, add a bit of splatter to the page, red droplets here and there. That's the wildness, that's the childhood in it. Now more details for realistic results. I highlight a few seeds with white color, let them glint like sunlight, and sign the corner. When I look at it now, this slice of watermelon, I don't just see fruit, I see him. I hear his voice. I feel the sun on my skin. I taste childhood in red and green. That's the thing about painting. Sometimes it's not just about technique. It's about tenderness. It's a memory held on paper. So yes, it's a watermelon painting, but it's also a thank you note, a time machine, a prayer in pink and green, and love. Now it's time for interesting part. Tiny splashes that bloom like summer rain, soft and unexpected for final touches. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you in the next story.